It's not just her killer performance that has the internet buzzing, no. It's something much more personal, much more intimate, and potentially life-changing. Fans are convinced they spotted something that Cardi herself hasn't officially announced yet, and if the whispers are true, we're about to witness another major chapter in the life of one of hip-hop's most captivating stars. Let me paint you the full picture because this story has layers that go way deeper than just celebrity. Thai gossip. When Cardi B stepped onto that SummerSlam stage, she looked absolutely radiant. That signature glow, that confidence, that undeniable presence that makes her Cardi B. But eagle-eyed fans noticed something else entirely. They spotted what appeared to be a very deliberate styling choice. The kind that makes you look twice and wonder if there's more to the story. According to sources close to the situation, Cardi B might be expecting her fourth child, and this time, it's not with her ex-husband, Offset, the rumored father, and FL superstar Stefan Diggs now. Before you roll your eyes and think this is just another celebrity rumor mill, spinning out of control, let me break down why this story has so much credibility and why it matters more than you might think. To understand the significance of this moment, we need to rewind and look at Cardi's journey as a mother and as a woman who's constantly redefining what it means to balance career, family, and personal happiness. She's already a mother to 3 beautiful children. There's culture. Her eldest daughter, who's become something of a mini influencer in her own right. Then there's her daughter Blossom and her youngest son Wave. All 3 children were fathered by Offset, her former husband and member of the rap group Migos. The relationship between Cardi and Offset has been one of the most scrutinized celebrity relationships in recent memory. It's been a roller coaster that played out in the public eye, complete with cheating scandals, explosive breakups, dramatic reconciliations, and even diss tracks that had the entire hip-hop community picking sides. Their love story wasn't just entertainment. It was a masterclass in how complicated modern relationships can be, especially when you're living under the constant glare of public attention. But here's where the story takes a fascinating turn. While many people assume Cardi might take time to heal and figure things out after her split from Offset, she's apparently been quietly building something new. Enter Stefan Diggs, the NFL wide receiver who's made a name for himself not just on the football field, but as someone who clearly caught Cardi's attention in a major way. Their relationship has been developing over the past year, and if you've been paying attention to the subtle signs, you could see the chemistry building. There were those low-key vacation photos that weren't quite couple photos, but definitely weren't just friends hanging out. There were Instagram interactions that seemed innocent enough on the surface but had a flirtatious energy that fans picked up on immediately. There were public appearances where they seemed comfortable together in a way that suggested something deeper than a casual friendship, but like any good love story, this one comes with complications. Stefan Diggs recently found himself at the center of his own cheating scandal, with multiple women coming forward claiming he was juggling relationships and playing games off the football field. For many people, this would have been a deal breaker, especially for someone like Cardi, who's already been through the pain of infidelity in a very public way. Yet Cardi didn't walk away. She stayed, and now we might understand why. Sometimes when you're building something real with someone, you choose to work through the mess rather than run from it. Sometimes you see potential in a person that others might miss, and sometimes life has a way of cementing your commitment to someone in the most permanent way possible. The pregnancy rumors started gaining serious traction after her SummerSlam appearance. And here's where the story gets really interesting. According to someone who was working behind the scenes at the event, Cardi had originally agreed to do more than just perform. She was supposed to actually participate in some wrestling action, maybe even get physical in the ring. But at the last minute, she pulled out of that part of her appearance. The reason? She's reportedly pregnant and couldn't risk any physical contact that might harm the baby. When you think about it, this makes perfect sense. Cardi B is not someone who backs down from a challenge or avoids physical activities because she's scared. This is a woman who's performed while heavily pregnant before, who's given birth and been back on stage within months, who's never let motherhood slow down her career momentum. If she pulled out of the wrestling component of her appearance, there had to be a serious reason. If you've been following her recent social media activity, the signs are everywhere once you know what to look for. Her recent TikToks and Instagram stories show subtle changes in how she's styling herself. The outfits are still stunning, still perfectly fitted, but there's strategic layering happening. There are looser fits in places where she used to show off her famous curves. Her styling choices seem designed to highlight her face and upper body, while keeping the focus away from her midsection. But perhaps more telling than any styling choice is that unmistakable glow. You know the one I'm talking about. It's that radiance that pregnant women seem to have. That inner light that makes them look like they're literally glowing from within. Cardi has been looking particularly luminous lately, with that serene, content expression that suggests she's in a really good place in her life. If this pregnancy is confirmed, it would mark Cardi's fourth child and represent a completely new chapter in her life. This isn't just about adding another baby to her family. It's about choosing love again after heartbreak, about building a blended family with someone new, about showing the world that your past doesn't have to define your future. Think about what this means for Cardi as a woman and as a public figure. She's already proven that she can be an incredible mother while maintaining one of the most successful careers in music. She's shown that she can handle the chaos of raising children in the spotlight while still dropping chart-topping hits and dominating red carpets. She's demonstrated that motherhood doesn't have to mean sacrificing your identity or your ambitions. But this potential fourth pregnancy represents something even more powerful. It's about resilience. It's about the courage to love again after being hurt. It's about making choices for your own happiness rather than worrying about what critics might say. It's about trusting your instincts even when the world is watching and judging every move you make. The fan reaction has been as complex and varied as you'd expect. The Barty Gang, Cardi's devoted fan base, is split between excitement and concern. Many fans are thrilled at the prospect of Cardi expanding her family and finding happiness with someone new. They see this as evidence that she's moved on from the drama with Offset and is writing a new chapter of her life on her own terms. These fans are already preparing to welcome another little one into the Cardi B extended family. But there's also a contingent of fans who are worried about the Stefan Diggs situation. They remember the cheating rumors. They're concerned about whether he's really ready to be a committed partner and father, and they don't want to see Cardi get hurt again. These fans are taking a wait-and-see approach, hoping for the best but preparing to support their queen no matter what happens. What's fascinating about this moment is how it highlights the impossible position that female celebrities find themselves in when it comes to their personal lives. Every choice Cardi makes will be scrutinized, analyzed, and judged by millions of people. Her decision to have another child, her choice of partner, even her pregnancy styling choices become topics of public debate, yet she continues to live her life boldly and authentically, refusing to let public opinion dictate her personal happiness. This potential pregnancy also raises interesting questions about modern family structures and what it means to build a life with someone who comes with their own complications. If Cardi and Stefan are really building something together, they're doing it in the most public way possible, with their every move documented and discussed across social media platforms. The timing of this potential pregnancy is also worth considering. Cardi is at the height of her career powers, with new music on the horizon and her brand stronger than ever. She's proven that she can handle pregnancy and new motherhood without missing a beat professionally. Remember when she performed at Coachella while pregnant with Culture, or when she was back on stage just months after giving birth. This is a woman who has mastered the art of balancing motherhood with superstardom. If baby number 4 is really on the way, it will join a family that's already well-versed in handling the unique challenges of growing up. In the spotlight, Culture, Blossom, and Wave are being raised by parents who understand both the privileges and the pressures that come with fame. They're learning early how to navigate a world where their family's every move is documented and discussed. But perhaps most importantly, this potential new addition would be born into a family where love is the priority, where authenticity is valued over perfection, where resilience is taught by example. Cardi has never pretended to be a perfect mother or a perfect person. She's always been honest about her struggles, her mistakes, and her journey of growth. If she's really pregnant again, this baby will be raised by someone who understands that being real is more important than being flawless. The elephant in the room, of course, is how Offset fits into this new family dynamic. Co-parenting with an ex while building a life with someone new is challenging under normal circumstances. When you're doing it in the public eye, with millions of people watching and commenting, it becomes exponentially more complicated. But Cardi has already shown that she can prioritize her children's well-being above personal drama. And there's no reason to think the situation would be any different. As we wait for official confirmation of this pregnancy, one thing is absolutely certain: Cardi B continues to live life on her own terms. She's not asking for permission, she's not seeking approval, and she's not letting anyone else's opinions dictate her choices. Whether you love her decisions or question them, you have to respect her commitment to authenticity and her refusal to live according to anyone else's timeline or expectations. This potential fourth pregnancy represents so much more than just another celebrity baby announcement. It's a testament to the power of resilience, the beauty of second chances, and the courage it takes to keep choosing love even after you've been hurt. It's about a woman who refuses to let her past define her future and who continues to rewrite the rules about what it means to be a successful artist. Mother and woman in the modern world. If Cardi B is really pregnant with Stefan Diggs' baby, then the Barty gang is about to get a little bigger. The family dynamic is about to get a lot more interesting, and we're all about to witness another chapter in one of the most compelling celebrity stories of our time, and knowing Cardi. Whatever comes next is going to be absolutely iconic.